Just give you a minute to come in, viewers. Right, where are my comments? There they are. Don't be frightened to comment. Okay, let's see what's going on. We're doing a national campaign. It's going across the nation for tradies, and it's called the Chemical Captivity campaign. Getting a bit of feedback. It hasn't gone as well as the book. A lot of people shy away from these kind of subjects because they're a bit close to home, and that's fair enough. That's understandable. Let's just see. Yeah, that's better. Come in, guys. Come in and comment. There's no problem there. Chemical Captivity, the human collapse analysis. I'm in episode 15 when rock bottom started calling your name. Most people imagine rock bottom as a single event, an overdose, an arrest, a divorce, maybe even, a hospital bed, a funeral, that kind of thing. But chemical captivity rarely works like that, guys. It's not that neat. Rock bottom usually arrives long before the catastrophe. It begins when reality starts accumulating faster than the person can escape it. The unpaid bill, the ignored message, the frightened child, the failing health, the fractured relationship, trembling hands, the missing memory, the growing shame, the growing pain, body pain, you know what being a tradie's like. Each one arrives separately. One day, they're all standing in the same room. That's when the person begins hearing something they have spent years avoiding, reality. The inner voices sound different now, not louder, just closer. You know those voices, the inner voices. And don't be frightened to comment, guys. Ask questions. That's what I'm here for. Here to help. You're running out of explanations. You're running out of time. You know what it's like. You're running out of people willing to believe you. It all sort of goes pretty bad pretty quick. And the substance still offers relief. But the relief is weakening. The interruption's shorter. The consequences are heavier. The body recovers slower. The emptiness returns faster. The prison's no longer hiding its bars. And that creates a terrifying paradox, doesn't it, guys? The person continues reaching for the substance despite increasing obvious evidence that it's no longer working the way we want it to. Have I got sound? Just that one viewer. Have I got sound? Tammy? Can you just check if I got sound for these guys? Yeah, it no longer works. It's worn off. And the thing that once promised escape now delivers exhaustion. And the one thing that once felt powerful now feels compulsory. That thing that once felt voluntary now feels necessary. That's not freedom, guys. That's surrender disguised as choice. And the body knows it, the family knows it, the bank account knows it, the nervous system knows it, the conscience knows it. Yes. Yet the addiction keeps negotiating for one more day. You can hear that, Tammy? Yes. Good stuff. Righto, thank you. Put a comment up. Oh. Yet the addiction keeps negotiating for one more day, one more weekend, one more excuse, one more interruption. Meanwhile, deterioration continues, sleep fragments, relationships thin, sexual recklessness leaves deeper shame, if you can get any, trust evaporates, health declines, future shortens, and another frightening thought appears. What if I never stop? What if I actually never stop? And that question terrifies many addicted people because they suddenly glimpse the trajectory. Not next week, not next month, years, decades, an entire life reorganized around craving, an entire future consumed by maintenance and captivity, an entire identity buried beneath adaptation. And this is where many people finally recognize g'day Steve, I was wondering how you're going. Hope you're well, mate. This is where many people finally recognize the rock bottom's not primarily an event. Rock bottom's a revelation, guys. It's the moment the lie can no longer fully disguise itself. Hope all well up there at Jillaby, mate. And I think, I don't know how long this rain's set in for, but it's pouring at Gosford. Yeah, the moment the lie can no longer fully describe itself. And for many of you, that might be where the Lord himself, Christ, confronts you, not to condemn you into hopelessness, but to expose the false refuge before it finishes consuming what remains of you. Because that's how chemical captivity gets you. It just takes you into the, good day, Jody, keep your eye out for my, Jody, keep your eye out for my covert narcissism series. Just keep your eye out. You guys would enjoy that. And I hope you're both well up there. Doing a great job with those kids. Amazing job. Yeah. And anybody that is listening, there's not too many people on at the moment. Elite bricklaying. Elite bricklaying mainly services the northern beaches, but is on the Central Coast as well, depending on bookings. Give Steve a call. Steve, you can put the business up if you want. It's up to you. But yeah, you want to for the ones that are struggling with chemical captivity, you want to find a way out as quickly as you can. We all know somebody that we've lost from chemical captivity, and we don't want to lose any more. And this is where the Holy Spirit, for those of you that believe he's there, you believe he's there. I'll tell you where people believe the Holy Spirit's there. In the hospitals. When I used to do the ministry in the hospitals, in the prisons. Oh, they know the Holy Spirit's there because they've got nobody else to turn to. And the Holy Spirit can help you out of remaining collapsed in the illusion and the addiction. Because he creates a clarity that shows you a pathway out. Because sometimes the situation, it's not going to require somebody like Steve from Elite to come up to you and say, look, mate, we can find a better way for you. Sometimes that's just not going to work. Sometimes a personal confrontation with the Holy Spirit can just be the trajectory that helps you out. Because clarity becomes dangerous to the addiction. You see, chemical captivity, its prison survives through confusion. It weakens through recognition. And one honest moment, just one honest moment matters. You know, when one of your mates come up to you and say, look, you might want to have a look at this. And it sort of treads on a corn, and then you go home and you're sitting there and you burn your mouth on the bong, or you spill the beer. You've got your dinner and you've gone to sit down and you've spilt the beer everywhere. You know what it's like. You've had a fallout with the missus. She's tired of you being stoned and pissed. You've caught her with another bloke. You know what it's like. Chemical captivity. Steals everything from you. One surrendered excuse matters. I need help. I'm sick of it. I've had enough. One exposed lie matters. Somebody comes up to you and says, you're living a lie. Now, it's not going to go over too well, but if it's true, you'll come back and thank that person later. Elite Bricklaying, you'll find him on Facebook. Great job, great bloke. And give him a bell. Services mainly the Northern Beaches, but if he's not booked out, you'll find him. You might get him on the coast. Very busy man. One request for help matters. Look, if you need help, PM me. I'll sit and listen. I might even shed a tear. I remember when I was in the prison ministry, I was sitting down eating me dinner, and the phone rang. Gosford Police. Is that pastor? At the time, my name was Morrison. Is that Pastor Morrison from... You go up the boy? Yeah, I got the boy. So they sent round can you come to Mooney Bridge? We've got traffic banked from Mooney Bridge north on the southbound side all the way almost to Arimba. One of the inmates has got out of the boys' home and he's going to jump off the bridge. He's sung out for you. I said, well, come and pick me up. Well, you think you can drive a car? Get in with one of these coppers in a highway patrol car. Oh, God. We get up there and they've got the thing and they've gone, Morrison's coming down. And I waved, I've come down and I've got to him. It was a drama. I mean, they were, they were worried about my safety as well. I got up to him and I said, mate, what's the matter? Honestly, what's the matter? And he's gone, they're bringing her back. He wants to bring her back. I said, who? He said, the guy that took off with my missus has contacted the boys' home and he wants to give her back. So I said to him, here, give us your hand and we'll both jump. And I grabbed him by the hand and the coppers come and tackled both of us. I didn't like that, but they got him. They got him and the traffic, it was a drama. They're bringing, he wants to bring her back. I said, Christ, give us your hand and we'll both jump. And I caught him off guard and that was that. So with the chemical captivity, some recognise the warning before a catastrophe arrives, but others miss the boat. And people die. There's nothing worse than... I remember one afternoon when I ran the church at East Gosford, there used to be this footy player who'd come in, a young bloke had come in for the sausage. We'd have a sausage sizzle on a Sunday afternoon after the message. I may as well have. Everybody fell asleep when I preached. So I'd offer them a sausage sandwich at the end of it as a consolation, as it were. Just hopefully they'd come back next week. Anyway, this young footy player, he used to play for Aaron. He was a good footy player. He'd come in. He didn't mind my company. Hated my preaching. He must have, because he'd fall asleep. But he'd wake up and eat the sausage sangers at the end. He left that Sunday afternoon, and then I got a phone call off his grandmother on the Monday. Are you the preacher that sends my son the letters of encouragement on a Monday morning? My grandson. It was actually his grandma. My grandson. I said, yeah. I've gone, yeah, how can I help you? She's gone, he's passed away. I said, what's happened? Well, he left church. He went to his new girlfriend's place, who was a heroin addict, and they overdosed. Just like that. 1 minute, standing next to a guy, eating sausage sandwiches and laughing about how hopeless my preaching is. And the next minute, he's gone. Overdosed. Never took drugs. He was a footy player. Just like that, gone. And that's why we do this, to try and reach people before they're lost. And some recognize the warning before catastrophe arrives. And that's why this episode matters, viewers. It matters a lot. Because when rock bottom starts calling your name, freedom begins when you stop asking, how close can you stay to the prison? And start asking, how quickly can I leave? PM me if you need to talk. Send a message, and if I see it, I'll get straight onto you. I'm Pro Bricky. Thanks for coming in. Bye for now. Thanks for coming in, guys. Is there any messages that I've missed? Steve's there. No, everybody seems to be safe. Okay, guys, keep well. PM if you need to talk. Bye. And Steve, all the best for the rest of the week, mate. And Jody, bye for now.